All right, so in our last explainer, we really dug into how biased data leads to biased AI. It's a massive problem, right? But the real question is, what can we actually do about it? It's one thing to know how it happens, but another to fix it. So today, let's get practical and talk about the real-world strategies being used to build a fairer, more ethical AI.
We're going to frame this whole thing as a layered defense. Think of it like building a fortress. First, we'll get a crystal clear picture of the problem we're solving. Then, we'll move to the most important layer, fixing the data itself. After that, we'll see how to build fairer models, bring in that crucial human element, and finally, wrap it all up to see how it works together.
Okay, so first things first. Before we can talk about solutions, we have to be on the exact same page. When we talk about fighting AI bias, what is the actual challenge we're trying to overcome?
At its heart, AI bias is all about systematic unfairness. And that word, systematic, is key. This isn't just a random glitch or a one-off error. It's a built-in pattern where the AI consistently and predictably favors one group over another because it learned from data that reflects our own world's biases.
And believe me, this isn't just some abstract concept. Think about a hiring tool that's supposed to find the best candidates, but it keeps pushing male resumes to the top, even when equally qualified women apply. Or what about a loan model that flags applicants from one part of town more than another, even if their credit scores are identical? That is AI bias in the wild, and it has real consequences.
So where do we possibly start to fix something this big? Well, you go right to the source. The first and honestly the most effective strategy is all about the data. The process here is pretty logical when you break it down. You start by collecting data that's intentionally diverse. You can't just scrape the easy stuff. Then, you have to audit it, really check for those imbalances. Are some groups way overrepresented? Are others barely there? And finally, you clean it up and rebalance it. That might mean using techniques like reweighting, which basically tells the model, hey, pay more attention to the smaller group. The whole idea is simple. Before you let the AI read the textbook, you have to make sure the textbook itself is fair.
And really, it all comes down to this. Think of it like the foundation of a house. If your data is cracked and uneven, everything you build on top of it is going to be wobbly and unstable. That's why having diverse, high-quality data isn't just a nice to have. It is your absolute first and best line of defense.
But okay, even with a perfect foundation, the way you build the house matters too. The next layer of our defense is about the AI model itself, how we train it, and more importantly, how we grade it. Because it's not just about getting the right answer anymore. This is where the crucial question changes. We have to move past simply asking how accurate is the model overall and start asking a much more important question. Is this model equally accurate and equally fair for all the different people it's going to affect? This slide really highlights that shift in thinking. The old goal was just average performance, but the new goal is accuracy plus fairness. This means you have to measure performance for every single group and check if the error rates are about the same. You're basically building fairness metrics right into the AI's report card. So we've got good data, we've got a model that's trained for fairness. We're done, right? Not quite. The final layer of defense might just be the most important one, because an algorithm alone can never solve a deeply human problem. You need people. This human strategy has three really critical parts. First, you need diverse teams building this stuff. It's so simple. People with different life experiences will spot blind spots that a homogeneous team would completely miss. Second, you need a human in the loop. For high-stakes decisions, like in medicine or law, you need a human expert who can review and even override the AI's call. And third, you need clear governance. That means companies setting firm ethical rules and constantly auditing their systems to make sure they're living up to them. And hey, don't forget that this isn't just on the developers. As a user, you have power too. When you use AI, try writing neutral prompts that don't lead it towards stereotypes. You can even flat out ask the AI to check its own response for bias. Being a thoughtful, critical user is actually a really powerful way to help out. So let's pull all these pieces back together. Let's take a final look at how these different strategies lock into place to create a really robust defense against AI bias. The big takeaway here is that there is no magic wand, no single silver bullet. It's the combination of these layers that really works. You have to start with the best possible data. Then you build on that with models that are tested for fairness from the get-go.
And finally, you wrap that entire system in strong human oversight. Look, it's not going to make AI perfect, but these layers, together, make it so much fairer and safer for all of us. Thank you so much for watching. Here at Knowledge Equity Partners, our whole mission is to share practical, contemporary knowledge on all kinds of topics. Basically, stuff that can actually make your daily life more effective and efficient. If you found this valuable, please think about subscribing to Knowledge Equity Partners so you'll get notified about our daily videos. And of course, don't forget to like and share this. It really helps spread this practical knowledge. Let's keep that quest for knowledge going strong together.
So, now we have a roadmap for how to make AI fairer. But what's the bigger picture? Well, in our next explainer, we're going to zoom out and look at AI's massive impact on society and the future of work itself. How is all of this going to change our jobs, our skills, and the way we live? I can't wait to explore that with you. See you then.